Today we are not just looking at smart home gadgets, we are actually looking at how your home can start working with you. Because once you bring in the right devices, small things begin to change. Getting into your home feels easier, security feels more aware, and your daily routine needs less effort. So in this video, we go through 7 smart home devices that feel practical in real use, and we talk about what they actually do for you and how they fit into your everyday life. So let's get started. So we start from the center of everything, and this one really feels like the brain of the setup. The Aqara Hub M3 sits there quietly, but once you connect a few devices, you start to notice how stable everything feels. It supports Zigbee, Thread, and Matter, along with dual-band Wi-Fi on both 2.4 and 5 GHz. So you are not locked into one ecosystem, and that matters more than most people expect. Now in daily use, what you will like is the local control. Even when your internet drops, your automations still run. And that is backed by its onboard 8GB eMMC storage. Also, the PoE input at 48 volts gives you a clean wired option, which helps with long-term stability. And then there is the privacy side. No camera, no mic, plus WPA3 security layered in. The 95 decibel speaker is actually loud enough to be heard across rooms, and the 360-degree IR control adds more flexibility than expected. So overall, it feels less flashy, more dependable, and that is exactly what a hub should be. Now moving to something you touch every day, and this is where things get a bit more personal. The Desloc K140 Plus is not just about unlocking a door, it is about how quickly and naturally you get inside your home. The palm vein recognition is the first thing that stands out. It feels fast, and more importantly, it works in different lighting and weather, which makes it practical. You also get PIN, app control, physical key, and even voice commands, so you always have backup options without thinking twice. In use, the auto lock feature is what you end up trusting the most. You close the door, and it handles the rest. That removes that small doubt in your head. The 10,000 mAh battery is rated for around 9 months, and that lines up fairly well in normal use. And if it ever runs out, the Type-C emergency power gives you a quick way back in. Build-wise, it feels solid, and the IP65 rating means it handles dust and rain without stress. It is not overly complex, and that is why it works well. Alright, now we get into security, and this one is more advanced than it first appears. The Eufycam S3 Pro gives you 4K video, but what really changes the experience is how it handles low light. At night, the Max color vision keeps things in full color instead of switching to that usual black and white look, and it can identify faces or plates up to around 30 feet. That alone makes footage easier to understand. And then you add the dual motion detection with radar and PIR across a 120-degree field and about 40 feet range, which cuts down false alerts in a noticeable way. In daily use, the Solar Plus 2.0 system is what makes it feel low effort. Around 1 hour of sunlight per day keeps the 13,000 mAh battery going, which can stretch close to a year. The AI detection is also quite smart, since it separates people, pets, and vehicles clearly. And no monthly fees here, since it uses 16 GB local storage, with expansion up to 16 TB if needed. That makes it feel more complete long-term. It is not perfect, but it is very close to a set-it-and-trust-it kind of system. Now this one feels different right away because it is not trying to be flashy. It is trying to stay useful every single day. The Cozyla Calendar Plus 2 sits on your wall, and over time, it becomes that one place everyone checks without thinking. You get options like 15.6, 24, and 32-inch displays, and the 32-inch even pushes up to 4K resolution at 3840 by 2160, which makes text and colors very easy to read from a distance. And once you sync it with Google, Apple, or Outlook calendars, everything updates in real time. What you will notice in daily use is the color tagging system. Each person gets their own color, so even a quick glance gives you clarity. It supports up to 8 profiles, which is more than enough for most homes. Also, it doubles as a smart control panel with Alexa and Google support. So you are not just checking schedules, you are also managing lights or routines right from it. It is simple, but it slowly becomes part of your routine. Alright, now we get into something that actually saves time, and this one is quite serious about it. The Dreame X60 Max Ultra comes in with a massive 35,000 Pascal suction, and yes, you do feel that difference, especially on carpets and corners. But suction is just one part. The dual mopping system rotates at 230 revolutions per minute, and it even uses 40 degrees Celsius hot water, so it handles dried stains better than expected. In real use, that combination makes it feel closer to a proper clean, not just a light pass. Navigation is also where it gets interesting. It uses DTOF mapping with obstacle recognition for over 280 types, so it avoids cables, furniture edges, and even small objects quite well. The height is around 7.95 centimeters, so it slides under most furniture without effort. Battery sits at 6,400 mAh, and it charges in about 80 minutes, which keeps downtime low. It is not silent, and sometimes it overthinks small obstacles, but overall, it reduces manual cleaning in a very noticeable way. Now shifting into comfort, and this is one of those devices that works quietly in the background. The Google Nest Learning Thermostat Gen 4 focuses more on learning your habits instead of asking you to control everything. At first you adjust temperatures manually, and over time it builds a schedule based on that. And since it works with most 24-volt HVAC systems, it fits into many homes without much effort. You can control it through the Google Home app, but honestly, you end up touching it less as it learns. What stands out is the room-by-room control when paired with temperature sensors. So instead of one fixed reading, you get a more balanced environment across your home. Also, the away mode kicks in automatically when you leave, which helps reduce energy use without constant input. It even keeps track of system health and gives alerts if something feels off. It is not something you interact with daily, but over time, you feel the difference in comfort and energy use. And now we end on something that mixes security and control, and it does both in a very layered way. The Aqara Hub G350 gives you a dual lens setup with a 4K wide view and a 2.5K close-up lens, and together they create a more complete picture of your space. What is more interesting is the 360-degree pan and tilt. It moves smoothly, and the AI tracking keeps subjects in frame without sudden jumps. The 9x hybrid zoom also helps when you want to focus on details without losing too much clarity. And then it goes deeper with detection. It can pick up people, pets, gestures, even sounds like crying or coughing, which adds a different level of awareness. The two-way audio is clear up to around 5 meters, and pickup goes further, close to 8 meters. Also, it doubles as a Zigbee hub and Matter controller, so it is not just a camera. The privacy mode physically shuts it off, which feels reassuring. It is feature-heavy, and at times it feels like a lot, but once set up, it becomes very capable. And that wraps all. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. And don't forget to share your experience in the comments.